So good, so good, so good.
New fall arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Vince, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock exclusive discounts on your favorite brands. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with a Nordstrom credit card. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Optimal Health Daily, Finding Joy by Accepting Things That Bother Us, by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com, and I'm Dr. Neil. Hello and welcome to another bonus Sunday episode, where I share an article from one of the other podcasts in our network that I think will add some value for you here. Today's post comes from Optimal Relationships Daily, where articles covering all types of relationships are read to you every day. So with that, here's Greg with the post and his commentary as we optimize your life.
Finding Joy by Accepting Things That Bother Us, by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com. Quote, "Happiness can exist only in acceptance." George Orwell. The other night, my friend and I went to see a show. It was very crowded in the theater, so when the show was over, it took a long time to exit. My friend started to get very uptight about people not walking more quickly and was really bothered. For my part, I really didn't think much of it. We were talking about the show as we were shuffling out, and I accepted the slow pace as part of what happens when you go to the theater. Part of my mind detached and looked at the situation. I found it so interesting that we were both having the exact same outer experience, but such a different inner experience. My friend just wanted to leave the theater, and in her mind, it was wrong how slowly everyone was walking. But this thought created impatience and frustration on her part. I'm no Buddhist monk, but I accepted the situation and enjoyed my time talking as we inched out the door. When I got home, I was a little harsh about my friend as I repeated the story to my husband. But as I was repeating the story, I was reminded of how I had been in a cab going to the show earlier that night and there was traffic. I got upset that there was traffic and that I would be late for the show. Recalling this, I laughed a little. There was no difference between me and my friend. Why? We were both resisting the moment. It doesn't matter if one person's thinking, the line should be moving quicker, and another, there should not be traffic on Park Avenue at this time of day. These are just our stories of how life should be, stories that make us stressed and miserable. And even if my friend and I are right about these situations, does it matter? What should be is not what is happening in the moment, and because we are trapped in how things should be, we are not free. So what is the key to internal freedom and joy? In a word, it is acceptance. Often when I speak to clients about the idea of acceptance, their knee-jerk reaction, no matter what their problem is why would I accept this? It's not right, or I'm not just going to give up and accept these circumstances. But believing that something's right or that you have to give up is not what acceptance is. For me, the acceptance is seeing things as they are in the moment and simply accepting this is the experience you are having. The struggle of, why is this happening, this should not be happening, or this is unacceptable, ends when we accept things as they are. Sometimes there's nothing to do about a situation, as when we're leaving a crowded theater or when we're in traffic. The minute you accept the thing that's driving you nuts, you stop struggling with it, and you stop feeling pain. There's nothing to do but relax in the present with the experience and see what life has to offer. Oftentimes, acceptance helps you find peace and less suffering, even as you remain open to changing your circumstances in the future. Acceptance does not change your passion or need for change, but allows you to show up in the moment with peace about what is, and strength and focus to make things different. Nowadays, when my kids don't clean their rooms, it rains and I don't have an umbrella, or a client forgets our meeting, I try to smile and say, I did not expect this, but I accept this. Maybe everything is okay. I take a big breath in and smile. I still tell my children to clean their room when they get home. I buy a $5 umbrella that will break in a week, and I try to figure out an effective way to remind my clients of our meetings. I do all of those things. At the same time, I am accepting the moment for what it is. This is a true path for less suffering and more ease in everyday life. Take a moment and think about a few aspects of your life that you are not accepting. How would it feel to not struggle with it anymore? Can you accept this circumstance and relax into the moment? Can you accept your situation and still try to improve your circumstances in the future? Try the mantra, I did not expect this, but I accept this. Maybe everything is okay. And then see what shows up in your life. You just listened to the post titled Finding Joy by Accepting Things That Bother Us by Allison Carmen of AllisonCarmen.com.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, and you only pay for results. One thing I love about Indeed is how it speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming, and I wish I'd used Indeed. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
And yet another fine post from Allison, which we are happy to share and we thank her for. Trying to catch yourself in the moment as she instructs can definitely be tricky to do. Even for an expert such as herself, we all have the traffic frustrations when we know there's nothing we can do to change it. This practicing of acceptance will not stick right away. You might only catch yourself 5 times the first week of trying, maybe even 1 time the first week of trying. But the more you get into this rhythm, the more readily available acceptance will be, and the more you'll find yourself accepting things more easily. And if we're talking meta acceptance, I suppose the first thing to accept would be the struggle to accept things itself. Maybe? Okay, that's too much. Let's wrap it up before my brain explodes. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday episode, everyone. I hope you have a great start to your week. I will see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.